I voted for Pedro.
Oh, thanks. Should have just asked employee dynamites. Should have had, like, tater tots in my pocket and just pull them out while I tell my story. Should have done that, but oh well. So anyway, my name is Emily Hart, and I'm going to tell you my semi-horror dating story. So I went on my first date when I was 16, and when I was 16, I've done so many stupid things. Not saying that I was a juvenile delinquent. I was never a juvenile delinquent, but I was a very stupid girl. And one of those stupid things that I've ever done was go to Barnes & Noble, my all-time favorite place, with this guy who had a huge crush on me. And this guy, he was not attractive. Like, he had a pencil top eraser hairstyle, he wore glasses, he was skinny. And he was walking with his knees pointing outward, just like imagine like he was walking like a penguin, knees pointing outward, not attractive. Anyway, so one day he asked me, do you want to go to Barnes & Noble? And I just got so excited because it's been like, months since I've been to a Barnes & Noble, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah! And it was around Valentine's Day, so if I were smart enough, then I should have said no. But anyway, I said yes, and he and I set up the dates and time, and when my mother's going to pick him up, and I was super excited. I got my journal, got my wallet, got my homework with me because midterms were coming up and wanted to study. I was kind of a nerd back then, but anyway, so he picked me up and everything was fine. The atmosphere was great. He and I were talking about classes and what was going on. And once we got to Barnes & Noble, and just to give you an idea of this Barnes & Noble in my hometown, I'm from Mechanicsburg, and this Barnes & Noble was in Camp Hill, and it was a massive Barnes & Noble. Like, there were books all over the place. Everything was clean. For a writer like me, it was like heaven. So I was like, wandering around Barnes & Noble like a child at a candy store. I'm like, oh my god, I want this book. I want this book. I want this journal. Oh my god, this journal's so beautiful. I want it so badly. I was wandering around, not even paying attention to my friend back there he was kind of like, he was beside himself. His eyes were big. They were jumping around, and he was trying to weave through the crowds. And he was telling me, Emily, I don't like this. And I said, well, it was your idea to come to Barnes & Noble. And he said, actually, it was Chantel, your friend. And I was like, Chantel? Well, why was it her idea? And so he decided to take me over to this built-in cafe where I got a caramel frappuccino for myself in a shitty pizza dish. The sauce was cold and the cheese was melted, but it was still cold. And yeah, so when I was eating this, I was reading over the text that he was exchanging with my friend, and it turned out that these two were setting up a blind date for me. So for the rest of this blind date, the atmosphere just turned negative. It was awkward, and this guy was like sulking once I told him that I'm just not interested in him being my boyfriend. And so I was like, after a few moments, I was like, I just gotta get out of here. This is too awkward, and this guy is sad, he's sulking, his eyes were nailed to the ground, and I called my mom, and for the rest of the ride to his apartment, he didn't say a word. And every time my mother would ask him a question, he would just mumble a response. And I just couldn't wait until he gets out of the car. And once he got out of the car, I just watched him sulking and just walking very slowly back to his apartment. And so once I got to the front, my mother asked me, so why was your friend upset? And I told her, Mom, it's a long and awkward story. So, moral of the story, if someone tells you that he likes you and he wants to do something with you, say no.